20% enjoyment of that work is actually divided in 10-10. The first 10 right at the start, then there is a 80% grind in the middle, and then the last 10 is at the end. And most of the people don't reach the last end. And then you will justify it. नहीं, मेरा हर boss से problem नहीं है, मेरा इस वाले से problem है, देख इससे मैं कितना अच्छा हूँ. नहीं, वो figure problem है. If you never had a great relationship with your sibling, there's a very, very high chance that peers will not work out. Because I know, and the hard truth is that anybody who tells me that I tried that and मजा नहीं आ रहा था, and I can tell them that dope नहीं आ रहा था. आप जो भी कर रहे थे, अगर आप उसमें जीतने लगते, तो मजा आ जाता. So cliched है, age is just a number, but if I had to give myself some advice, or in my 20s or to people in 20s right now, my recommendation will be that these are the foundational years. These are not the years to learn coding or sales or marketing or job or entrepreneurship. These are the years to learn the value of completion, the value of persevering, the value of not quitting, the value of delivering what you say, the value of integrity. Integrity is the hardest virtue to hold. Integrity is जो था वही बोला, जो बोला वही किया. There's no, when your action, your words, your intent has no dissonance, that's what integrity is. One whole. I think your early 20s are best used if you are investing in just going deep in whatever you are doing. When you are so truthful to yourself and to your job, to your assignment, to your work, to your passion, to your profession, whatever you are doing, if you're so honest and high integrity about it, if you can just stay there, if you can slog those 12 hours, 18 hours, 24 hours, weeks, days, months, I don't know. I am not asking you to work 24 hours. But if it is, so be it. But just staying there, just going deep in it, just making sure that you are delivering it fully is actually going to make you a better person and almost invincible, for probably next decade and beyond. Because you will learn that taking an assignment and then taking it to the outcome and then living with it and growing it is a long cycle. You need to persevere through it. It is never always all fun. In fact, it is only 20% times fun. 80% time, it is grind. It is dry, high friction grind. And 20% enjoyment of that work is actually divided in 10-10. The first 10 right at the start, then there is a 80% grind in the middle, and then the last 10 is at the end. And most of the people don't reach the last end because they don't cover the 80% grind, because you quit in between, or you start, dilly-dallying. When you start complaining, then you start, justifying it by, so many reasons. So integrity is something that can be only learned by practicing whatever you are doing, whatever you have picked up. Stay there, continue to build it. Second, I will say, is to learn loyalty. Loyalty is something that if you are in your early 20s, the bad news is that some of it is already there or not there. Like you already have a personality built with your years of experience, right from your age of 7, 8 to your teens through your college. But loyalty means what? Loyalty means when you work with people, you're going to work with people all your life. You're going to live with people all your life. Your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your colleagues, your boss, your parents. And all these figures are very similar figures in your life. You can always compare boss to your dad or your mom, whoever was the figure of authority at home. You can always, compare your direct peer with a sibling. You can always compare your colleagues to your neighbors. You can compare your, junior colleagues to your younger brother, sister, or maybe, younger kids in the neighborhood. And your relationship, you'll be surprised, to each of this entity does not change. If you had a problem with authority, your teacher, your father, your mother, trust me, it is going to translate in your professional life beautifully. You will have a fucked up relationship with your boss always, in whatever ways. There will be certain people who you will submit to, because in school, in college, even at home, there were certain figures of authority who you submitted to. कि यार इससे नहीं लड़ेंगे, ये जो बोल दिया इसने बोल दिया, right? So you'll also find those figures of authority in your workplace, in your customers. You'll say इसको submit कर देंगे, but बाकी सबसे पंगा है. And then you will justify it कि नहीं मेरा हर बॉस से प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, मेरा इस वाले से प्रॉब्लम है, देख इससे मैं कितना अच्छा हूं. नहीं, वो फिगर प्रॉब्लम है. If you never had a great relationship with your siblings, there's a very, very high chance that peers will not work out. Then what is loyalty? Loyalty is being loyal to the relationships where your loyalty counts. Not being pally with a peer who you are going to backbite or you are going to bitch about at their back. ये simple पर बहुत difficult principles हैं to carry. आप जिसकी चुगली करते हैं पीछे और उसके साथ दोस्ती करते हैं, ये आपका कैरेक्टर फॉल्ट है. इससे नुकसान होगा या नहीं होगा मैं नहीं जानता, पर ये आपका कैरेक्टर फॉल्ट है. ये कैरेक्टर फॉल्ट टाइम के साथ सिर्फ एम्पलीफाई करेगा, ये अपने आप नहीं जाएगा. अगर आप अपने बॉस को या अपने रिपोर्टिंग मैनेजर को या अपने कस्टमर को, अथॉरिटी फिगर, राइट, यू कैन बी एन एंटरप्रेन्योर एंड देयर इज अ कस्टमर एट द फ्रंट. इफ यू डोंट रिस्पेक्ट देम, यू विल नेवर एक्सेल इन दैट सब्जेक्ट. जो टीचर्स मुझे स्कूल में पसंद नहीं थी, जिनको देखकर मुझे इरिटेशन होती थी, आई नेवर एक्सेल्ड इन दोस सब्जेक्ट्स. पॉसिबल ही नहीं था, क्योंकि वो हेट्रेड सब्जेक्ट में ट्रांसफर हो गई. और रिवर्स भी था, जिन टीचर्स को आई यूज्ड टू लव, वो सब्जेक्ट्स अच्छे लगने लग गए. और ये गेम हर साल चेंज होती थी, क्योंकि हर साल टीचर चेंज होती थी. जिस कस्टमर को आई लव, उससे मेरा रिलेशनशिप तब भी अच्छा रहता है जब मेरे सॉफ्टवेयर में बग आते हैं. और जिस कस्टमर से मेरा रिलेशनशिप अच्छा नहीं है, उससे रिलेशनशिप टूटने के लिए बग की कोई जरूरत नहीं. बिकॉज समथिंग दैट आई विल डू और समथिंग दैट दे विल डू, that it will lead to the inevitable end. Now, who is wrong? Should I not have hated any teacher? Probably. It was not my job to hate the teacher. It was my job to learn the subject. It was also my job to figure out how to not hate them, because that teacher had a personality. There were certain parts of their personality which was ticking me off. And it was my job to find out. Could I have done that as a kid? I don't know. Can you do it now as an adult? Absolutely. Loyalty is not really about staying with a company, staying with a customer, staying with the work. Loyalty is inside you. Loyalty is towards the mission. आपने बोला आप ये वाला काम करेंगे, तो अगले 5 साल ये करिए ना. कभी क्विट नहीं करना. क्या, मेरे को नहीं पता, बट मेरा मन नहीं है, उससे बेहतर आंसर होना चाहिए. मेरे को मजा नहीं आ रहा, मतलब कैन यू हैव अ बेटर एक्सप्लेनेशन देन दैट? मजा नहीं आ रहा. This was not, you are not supposed to only enjoy it. Because I know, and the hard truth is that anybody who tells me that I tried that and maza nahi aa raha tha, and I can tell them that dope nahi aa raha tha. आप जो भी कर रहे थे, अगर आप उसमें जीतने लगते तो मजा आ जाता. तो बेसिकली आपका मजा इस बात पर डिपेंडेंट है whether you were losing or winning. So technically, you quit whatever you lose. Now that is disloyal. You're disloyal to your own idea. You're disloyal to people who are trying to teach you. You're disloyal to the mission that you signed up for. And in your early 20s, I think this is something that you need to hone. Because समय के साथ going really gets tough. It actually becomes really, really tough. जब आप किसी एक कंपनी को, जब मैं किसी का इंटरव्यू लेता हूँ, especially, first under 5 years experience, and I see them quitting every 18 months, every 2 years, every 1 year, they try to justify to me in the interview that, oh, इसमें ऐसे हो गया था, इसमें ऐसे हो गया था, इसमें ऐसे हो गया था. And I'm only wondering, I'm not asking you to stay in this company forever. I'm just saying that you joined this company and first 6 months to 1 year was honeymoon, was the time when this company was not expecting anything from you. They were investing in you. They were teaching you. There was no output or stellar output that was required. Year 2 is when they actually started expecting out of you that whatever, they taught you, you may start delivering it to some great potential, to some level. And year 3 is when that company starts expecting you to grow the function, to grow yourself, to have an output which is higher than what they taught you or what you delivered last year. And this is exactly the year which I call the death valley. This is exactly the year when you start saying मजा नहीं आ रहा, when you start saying monotonous हो गया. Monotonous नहीं हुआ है, आपके पास opportunity है grow करने की. And startups में तो ये opportunity बहुत ही आसान है. See, when you're in a company which has 500,000 people or 100,000 people or 20,000 people, I can still understand that you may be in a job role which may be a little, tricky to grow in. But in a startup, if you're in a 40 people company, 100 people company, or under 500 people company, and you say that something did not go well because you could not grow, I suspect that you were probably not trying enough, which is okay if you're not trying to grow, which is okay. You're not ambitious, which is fair. It's not your fault. It's not a crime. But desiring to be ambitious while not deserving to grow is a crime. This is a crime that you're doing to yourself, not to the company. So in your 20s, in your early 20s, learning integrity, perseverance, and loyalty will actually take you very, very, really, really long way. Because probably in your 30s, when your skills have solidified, when you are 10 years plus experienced in the skill that you say you have, people who would want to recruit you, people who would want to give you the contract, people who would want to do business with you, trust me, they will not ask you for your skill only. In fact, they will put loyalty, integrity, authenticity in a much higher column than the skill. The skill will come at the bottom because skill is available as a commodity outside. What is not available is people who can promise and stay loyal to the promise, deliver it with high integrity, and being authentic in case they cannot.